Good morning, this is David Bennett, and this is Bitcoin And, a podcast where I try to find the edge effect between the worlds of Bitcoin, gaming, permaculture, podcasting, and education to gain a better understanding of all. It is 8:53 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. It is the 12th day of September 2023. All right, it's Tuesday. It's time for Dad Says Jokes. The adjective for metal is metallic, but not so for iron, which is ironic. Anyway, we'll say, I need to figure out how we're going to send this out. How are we going to send this out today? We're going to send this out with dogs and no quarter. That's what we're going to send it out with on a song. And this is a song that was recorded a long time ago and put up on Wavlake not too terribly long ago by a friend of mine on Twitter and now Nostr. I'm just going to play it and let it play out, and I'll catch you on the other side.
B-O-O-S-T. Boostagram. Boosting is loving. Boost.
Hello, everybody. Welcome once again. It is time for your Boostagram ball coming to you from the heart of the Texas Hill Country. Ow! I am so ready. I've been ready for a week and a couple of days. Let's get it on, everybody. Let's play some songs, play some tracks. Let the artists get those sats. Anarchy on the airwaves right here in the ballroom. Simon Hawker, I got a problem. Boostagram Ball, episode number 19. I know I'm driving y'all kind of hard, but there's, hey, it's been 10 days since I did a Boostagram Ball, and the ballroom floor needs a little polishing, I can tell. Dovidas helps out, 750 sats. He's boosting from either the UK or from Lithuania. I am never sure, but he does say boosting live. Thank you, Dovidas. Plenty more people to thank for number 18. A lot of Boostagrams came in from that. And remember, it's all about stacking sats for the tracks. The artists get 90% of everything you send into them. A lot of the other stuff goes to the infrastructure. It goes to the index. It goes to the app you're using. Everybody wins in the Valueverse. That's what we love so much about it. Here's rubberfactoryrecords' latest release that I found on Podcasting Next.social. Pile high.
Walking on late December. I can't help but wonder. Frozen smoking billows, shattered factory windows. I hate when summer ends. Goodbye is hard when you're crying.
Summer ends. It's not even anywhere near summer. But okay, you release it, I'll play it. That's what the Boostagram Ball does. Want to welcome everybody who's listening live. You can do that with many of those modern podcast apps, and you can send a message in along with your boost. It's called a Boostagram. Hello, Cole McCormick. He says he's chopping potatoes, listening to the ValueforValue music revolution. Indeed, my friend. I'm so proud of all the work we did in 2023 that just kicking off 2024 has been so exciting. I think there are now 16, maybe 17 different apps that do ValueforValue, and many of them now are incorporating all the music stuff so you can find the artists within the apps themselves. Who knew? Podcast apps were for more than just podcasts. If you use Fountain or Podverse or Podcast Guru or True Fans, you can actually save these tracks, put them into a playlist. There's so much more coming this year. It's going to be off the hook. I, for one, am super excited. If you want to learn more about it, go to boostagramball.com. Got everything listed there. If you want to start your own Valueverse Music Show. It's easy to do it there. There's a couple of what I would call native podcast hosts. There's rssblue.com, podhome.fm. They actually have a whole path to lead you down. Even if you want to start off and get your music up there to be included into podcasts, you can find it at all of those hosts and many more as well, including musicsideproject.com. There's always Wavlake, who are also coming up to speed on a lot of this stuff. I'm so proud of everybody, and it is just so cool to see the revolution taking place before our very eyes. You hear the songs, you go like, who needs Top 40 radio? We've got 17, 18 music podcasts and many more to come. And this guy's a part of it, Seth Fonda.
I call him up a million times.
This is what makes creative people do what they do, you know? Also, UpBEATs, Salty Cracker, man. And, he is truly a salty cracker, truly cracks me up the way he puts that show together. Want the love coming back from people. And boosting is loving.
You're listening to UpBEATs, a very providing music podcast, and here's your host, Salty Crayon.
Episode 6 on UpBEATs, V4V and Chill, brand new from the Dorfels. The movie will...
Accepting the terms of the music industry.
Yeah. Here's the terms. Don't read.
It's a two-step process.
Here's the terms. Don't read them.
These are really long.
No
you
one
have
reads
better things to
these.
do with your time.
Yep, pretty much. I mean, you heard it from them first. These are independent artists, like, going through the pains of what it would happen if you had to upload to Spotify, where really no one's going to listen. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, you're not going to get any value back from that, for one. And if you do, I mean, you got to start at, I don't even know what the ridiculous amount of downloads or listens is for you to even get, like, probably 5 cents to that. So come over here. This is so much better. This is instant gratification. Like, I've heard the Dorfels say how much, talk about the amount of stats they're getting for their tracks. It's unbelievable. But we need people talking about it. You need to share these things with, like, people you know, and, like, get them on these modern podcasts out. Get them listening. I'm not the only show out there. Like, if you go on Ellen Beats and then you go to the radio tab, there's a whole, I think they're up to 14 value for value music podcasters out there, and we're all sharing the love out there, baby. Yeah, all sharing it. All right. So I found this band called, it's really hard when you look at it, but I looked it up. It's called ABBESSE, and the track's called Lit Up. And let's go ahead and get back into the jams. The independent jams here on UpBEATs. This is ABBESSE, Lit Up. Let's go.
I'm standing where everything hurts. All I'm carrying now is failure. Tell me it's alright. Tell me it's alright. That I will be alright. I'm out of my mind. I'm all lit up. I could explode. I'm all noise. I'm done trying to understand.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Taylor Williams. This is Phantom Power Music. If you are coming to us from the blog side, you probably have picked up on the 200 or so reviews we have written in support of unsigned and independent artists around the world. Well, we are now in the podcast space, and we continue to celebrate unsigned and independent artists by using this amazing wallet switching technology in the Bitcoin world, where when their song plays, and if you like it, you can send them money right away. You can send them Bitcoin right away. But more importantly, 90% of that income, of that revenue, goes to them. 90%. This whole thought process is going to change the industry. The technology is live. We're at the ground floor of it. We can't wait to see where it's going to go. It is going to upend the industry, and we are here for it. We are really excited. So this is a review podcast. We're going to listen to some songs, and then we're going to talk about them. I've spent about 4 years of my life on the road and was fortunate enough to be involved in about 20 major projects. Got a lot of music theory in my head. I play piano, I play bass, I play guitar. And if you've read my blogs, you know I'm a bit of a theory geek and a theory nut. So here we go. Let's check out some unsigned independent artists. This first band that we're going to listen to is out of Montreal, and I don't know how to pronounce it, to be honest with you. ABBESSE. ABBESSE? I don't know. Lead guitar, vocals, and keys. The leader of the band is a woman by the name of Genevieve Tremblay, who I believe was also in some other bands called like Rome Romeo and Fifth Hour Hero. This is some really cool stuff, kind of dark, kind of grungy, cinematic. I don't want to get too much into it right now. We're going to listen first, and then I'll share my thoughts with you on it. I know we've done it the other way with the previous podcast, but we're going to switch it up. So here we go. Let's check out this gorgeous, gorgeous song. It is called What Troubles You. And I'm sorry I don't know how to pronounce the name of the band, but it's ABBESSE. Check it out. Yeah, I love that. Really love that. There's a lot of that song that reminds me of The Church. If you guys remember that band, Under the Milky Way Tonight, that band. This song also reminds me of kind of like the heavier stuff from the Smiths and a bit of the early Radiohead. If you read the blog, I am big on contrast. I'm big on having a variety of sounds come in and being able to make it work. And to me, the big attraction here is how gentle and I don't know if pristine's the right way to say it, but like how gentle her delivery is in conjunction with how heavy those tom parts are and how heavy those distorted bass lines are. It really works well. That's one of the things I absolutely love about the track, the contrast between her voice and the heaviness of the overall production. Those two guitar lines are really hip, going all the way through it, the different picking parts. That's what really made me think of The Church and the way they used to do that. I also love the syncopation parts that come in after that solo section in the final chorus. And it's so hard to build a great track when you start heavy out of the gate. When it's an all-start like that and you just come out guns blazing, it's really hard to maintain your dynamics. But I think they do a fine job on this, especially after that solo section and waiting until the final chorus where she really blows the top off of her range. I would be really curious to know what the younger crowd thinks about that track and where they would take those influences from. That's one of the things I also love to do when it comes to trying to understand how all of this comes together and just appreciate these artists and get a greater understanding of art within the artist community, right? So great track. Thanks, Genevieve, or whomever from your band posted it. I hope everybody jumps in and sends them some sats. Like I said at the top of the show, the way this works is while the song is playing, you can boost to that artist directly. And while I'm talking, you can boost to me. But we're here for the unsigned artist, and we are here to support value for value and Lightning payments in the Bitcoin world for the unsigned artist. So let's move on to the next.
Hey, you got Sir Truck Driver here with you. We got another episode of Rolling On. This will be episode number 14. I think I'm just going to call this one Shotgun Shatter, because all I did was just run down the list and just pick out some random stuff here.
Hoodlum, speeding chewing gum on his lonesome. Like a fish's hook, look at the violence, look. Full, I won't be there. Consensus vote, it's not a hope. Got me by the scope. Parasite, speeding camera light, and I'll be there. In the palm of my hand, I hold these grains of sand. And if I cling to you tight, will you be there? You smoke dope every day, while I drink my nights away. And if I close my eyes tight, you'll still be there.
Rubber Factory Records with the LeBARONS Hoodlum. That's a factory, Rubber Factory Records. I guess they released an EP there, or not an EP, but a tribute to Leatherface. And then we had Will Mack, Imaginary Friends. So there will be a show on Christmas, but it's going to be, of course, pre-recorded, because I'm probably going to be busy working. So we're out of here. Sir Truck Driver, we're on the road. Bye-bye.
Got some really great ones coming in, and that podcast will go up. Guess what it's called? Smash My Radio. Where do I get all these ideas? This band's called Cold Blue Sky, Holding Shadows.
Let's enter in the contact of our rise and amusement, so we're glad that it's such us. How did we ever get tangled up in this situation?
You're listening to Lightning Thrashes with Sir Libre.
He's considering self-hosting his music and pulling it off of the other place that shall not be mentioned today. All right, everybody. I want you all to go out and get yourself a podcast app, a new value-for-value enabled modern podcast app. The one I'm recommending in this episode is Podverse. In fact, I think I'm going to make it my favorite app of all time. It's not perfect, but it supports most of the value for value features. If you go to newpodcastapps.com, you can see all the features that Podverse currently supports, and they're constantly adding more and more and more. And the beautiful thing I love about it is I love that it's open source. And if you are a coder, please get onto the GitHub. I'll have a link in the show notes where you can get on and help make this the flagship podcasting 2.0 value for value music, you name it, app out there. Podverse, Podverse. Podverse.fm, I believe, is the website, and I will have a link in the show notes. Okay, so I kind of want to talk about what is Lightning Thrashes, because last week I had a really long rant where I talked for like 35 minutes straight, and I'm thinking that Lightning Thrashes is not only just a music show, and it's not a podcast, it's more of a meld in between the two, right? So it's unlike radio, though. You can just skip through to the song. So if you get sick of listening to my stupid voice, you can just skip. won't hurt my feelings none at all whatsoever. Except don't skip the where I read the Boostagrams, because that part of the show actually has real value to you, the listener, as well as to me and the music artists. And so, yeah, go ahead, but whatever, do whatever you want to do. Skip.
Join the revolution. New podcastapps.com.
Release the value.
It's Sunday, October 22nd, 2023, and this is episode number 12 of the It's a Mood music podcast.
It's the Sidestream Music Podcast. And now here's your host, Cody Christopher.
Hey, kids! You're back. What is this, your second? Third time? Third time's a charm. Oh, we're gonna have fun today. We're gonna play some oldies but goodies. I mean, from the past two shows, those oldies. Because you know what we're doing here? We're building a core of artists. Yeah, do you realize that we're at ground zero? And so you artists that are getting played, like on this show, and shows like Boostagram Ball, and all these other music podcasts that are popping up, hey, you kids are going to be the core artists, perhaps of your format and all these genres. I'll shut up. Let's play some music. What do you say? It's an old-time favorite, and you can dance to it. Cold Blue Sky.
Let's enter in the contact of our rising up music, so we're glad that it's such us. How did we ever get tangled up in this situation?
Cold Blue Sky. It's called Holding Shadows. And you will find that on a compilation from Rubber Factory Records. Yes, you will. And I think it's called the first 20 years. Is that what it's called? Sorry, it's the first 17 years. Rubber Factory Records. What's cool about those? Well, I'll share it a little bit later on, because I'm going to play something else from the Rubber Factory Records catalog. You'll want to stick around for it, because I feel like this is going to be a first, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about this. Another Value for Value music podcast, as we are giving the music industry the old 1, 2, take that, you son of a... We are, and they are taking notice. And you know who else is noticing what's happening? These artists that have uploaded their music to places like Wavlake and LNBeats. If you haven't done that, go to lnbeats.com or wavlake.com or rssblue.com. Look into these places. You can get some actual value because people will find value in it. I know this is happening to me, to the artist on the Sidestream Music Podcast, to the artist on the Smash My Records podcast. Yeah. It's happening. And like I said, some of those folks in the music biz are starting to take notice as we are removing the heart and giving it a brand new one. And you are all a part of this. Isn't that cool? All right, let's do some on. You can do this. All right, I feel like we are about to make history here. I feel like this is a first on Value for Value Music Podcast. I cannot believe this. I am about to play hot water music on a Value for Value Music Podcast. Yeah, you go tell Chuck and the crew what's going on here. I understand that Rubber Factory Records, they are holding all the splits and manually distributing those to the artist. And this was on a 2008 tribute to Leatherface. Hot water music, springtime. That's a little bit of springtime in the back of my mind. That was when there was time. But we died. Don't know what's in store. Hells to the yes. That is hot water music covering some Leatherface. That's on a 2008 tribute, in case you didn't catch that, on Rubber Factory. It's up on Wavlake. If you go and search Rubber Factory in the catalog, it will come up with a load of their artists.
If there's a need for a rescue mission, when the world is threatened, when the world needs help, it calls on America. And that's the story.
Welcome to special edition of UpBEATs. I'm your host, Salty Crayon. And what are we doing here? We are back for another Value for Value music podcast, or a music cast, as that term seems to be going around. So today, yes, special edition Veterans Day.
Die, 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 my daughter. Don't shudder at food for a word. Die, 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 my daughter. Just sprint your pretty lights. I'm not feeding you again. No one's feeding you in hell. So don't cry for Fiat, baby. After you spilled on orange blocks. Don't cry for Fiat, baby.
Let's go ahead and keep this party rocking with Cabbage Case next on UpBEATs.
Lightning Thrashes. Breaking the chains of music tyranny with Bitcoin and Value for Value.
wanna get out of this tough now. It's not where I wanna be. Now the open road of my stereo are calling out to me. I wanna check out of the space and time where the stars watch over me. Just the open road with my friends and do and some sunrolled on CD. A little downtime is all that I wanted. And sometimes these roads can feel haunted. Peace of mind is all that I wanted. Just good friends, the open road.
Join the revolution. New podcastapps.com.
Release the value.
Not really too sure how you're supposed to pronounce that. Anyways, before that we had A Fistful of Potash by Radon, followed by No Quarter by Dogs. And if I could get you guys, everybody out there who's thankfully listening to me, to go over and get yourself a new podcast app from newpodcastapps.com. Get rid of these legacy podcast apps that you've been using. Go over and find a new one. Find a value for value enabled podcast that'll allow you to participate in this grand experiment, this grand new revolution that we have going on, where we're going to take the money away from all those big, huge record companies, the ASCAPs, the BMIs, and the record companies that sign all these crappy contracts for the artists. We're going to take that money and we're going to put it right into the hands of the artists. So please go to newpodcastapps.com. A recommended app for you maybe could be Fountain. Fountain's a good app. Fountain's one that's very beginner friendly. Get yourself set up with a wallet, put some Satoshis in there, start sending some Boostagrams, and we'll start making some money for the artists for a change. We're going to actually start feeding starving artists with your help. We're going to run with scissors and we're going to make it happen. So come on. Go to newpodcastapps.com, get yourself a good new wallet, put some Satoshis on it, and send some love.
I'm tired of waiting for someone to help me. I'm running out of sympathy. Patience has sway with me. I'm alright.
This is what makes creative people do it.
Bringing it down to toward the end of the show here on UpBEATs, and I hope you've been boosting along, boosting your favorite artist, which you can find when you see the magic wallet switching technology happen. When the artwork changes, that's your cue to boost your artist at any time during the track. Boost those guys, let them know you appreciate them and you want to give them value back, because again, flipping the music industrial complex on its head with value for value, and all these artists have joined the revolution here on Value for Value. So coming up next, another favorite here I like to play, ABBESSE with her track Hell With It. Coming up next on the last hour of UpBEATs. Stay tuned. Let's go. ABBESSE, Hell With It, with her latest single.
You're listening to Lightning Thrashes. with Sir Libre.
In the morning, everybody, and welcome to episode 16 of Lightning Thrashes. I am your host, Cole Lamona, aka Sir Libre.
Por la mañana.
That was Het Up with the song Daily Double. That's a new release from Rubber Factory Records that I found while perusing on lnbeats.com. The cool thing about LNBeats, if you go to the website, lnbeats.com, and you click the search tab, it'll populate with a whole bunch of songs that you can scroll through, and they're sorted based upon when they were recently added. So that's an excellent little trick to find out if you want to find some new music that's value for value enabled. Go to lnbeats.com, click that music button, whatever. And that, I found that. That's from Rubber Factory Records. They put out a whole bunch of stuff in the very beginning of all this value for value stuff. A lot of things I've played already on the show. I can't think of any at the top of my head right now. Crap. I think they had some dogs I think they did dogs. I forget. Doesn't matter. Check them out. Rubber Factory Records. And that's how you find them. You can go to my show notes and click on the Het Up link, and it'll take you right to the album where you can listen to more of their stuff. I want to thank every single one of you for helping me here on this show and for boosting me and supporting me.
Some major music industry hitters that are making predictions for 2024, and they're mentioning what's happening within this community, then you know something's up. Are you ready to do this? Well, I'm ready. Come on. Part of the Rubber Factory Records family. Well, if that's the case, they're family of mine, too. Come on now. Het Up.
Line up your brain cells, systematically executioner style. Start taking them down. I'm taking them down. Stand out to avoid. We'll take what's in it harder. Sun comes up in the cloud of smoke. One last drag, it's time to go. Let's go.
Het Up and time to go on the Sidestream Music Podcast.
It's the Sidestream Music Podcast. And now here's your host, Cody Christopher.
I am so glad that you have decided to keep this thing a-going. While you're at it,
Boost it, boost it, boost it, baby! Came too soon for you, so I guess this will have to do. The Sidestream Music Podcast. Sidestream.
on the Sidestream Music Podcast. And cool thing, I'm getting to know some of these dogs. That's what's cool about this community over here. I think it's going to be cool, man. A whole big can of worms have been opened. And with Ainsley Costello and Just Loud doing that big-ass concert in Minneapolis at First Avenue, making freaking history. I mean, now the gates are getting kicked wide open. And I know all of you have, your brains are going crazy. What's next? What's next? Man, the possibilities are endless. You want me to tell you why? We are trailblazing. We are pioneering, we are spelunking, and we are having a damn good time doing it. Yeah, you may be able to connect on levels you never even dreamed of. So if you become a fan of an artist out there and you are an artist or creator yourself, do you see where I'm going with this? This could turn out to be very freaking cool. It is going to be very freaking cool. This is probably my pick for the week. Brand new stuff that I just discussed. It's new for me. I don't know where in the hell it came from. They're part of the Rubber Factory Records family, I do believe. They're called REPELLER. This is called Head Cave. If you like it, boost it. Show them some love. Repeller. That's called Head Cave. If you like it, boost it. If you love it, boost it even more. All right, we're done. I know. Damn.
And if you find any metal, send me a message and let me know, and I'll put it on the show.
We've got 5 minutes. So it's your pace, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your cooperation with me during the trip. Do appreciate every one of you, except one.
That was RADON with You Fucked Up. Hey, coming up here in December on the 21st, or the 20th and the 21st this year, 2023, Ainsley Costello is putting on a world's first Value for Value music show. You should definitely check it out. It's going to be online. You're going to be able to send Satoshis to the artists as they play, including her. I'm not sure exactly how it's all going to work. Everything's being worked out in the details, and but you should be able to watch it. Yeah, I think you should be able to watch it with Podverse and a couple other apps. But Podverse is really the only one that matters in this world because it's open source and awesome. Now, up next, I've got some dogs with the song No Quarter.
Rub their noses in it and show them what they did? No, no, no. These are the dogs. They will destroy you. No more run. No more give up. No more run. No more
When a good song comes along, you must boost it. Again, and he says indecipherable growls. Keep this up and you're going to get all my sats. And a bunch of smiley emojis. Well, that's awesome. Send all your sats my way. I'd be more than happy to take them. Then I've got 1,081 Satoshis from Salty Cran. Salty Cran is the host of the UpBEATs music show. Check him out. You can go to lnbeats.com, click the radio tab, and listen to his show right there. And he writes, coming out of the gate, AF. Wait, I got to read. Coming out of the gate, hard AF. Love it. And that was from Massacre at the Opera and the song Mental Decay. And then I've got 1,000 Satoshis from Guy Smiley, the guitarist from Riot in Progress, and he says, Happy Thanksgiving! Happy Thanksgiving, Smiley. John, I hope everything, I hope you had a good Thanksgiving and all that stuff. And then I got another 403 Satoshis from Cameron, and he goes, pew! And that was for Prevailing of the Unkind Domination. That does it for Satoshis and Boostagrams this particular episode. So yeah, just get yourself a Lightning wallet. GetAlby.com is easy and it's free. Get yourself a podcast app like Podverse. It's easy and it's free. The only thing that's not free is the Bitcoin, but you could earn Bitcoin, and in a way it's kind of sort of free. People give it to you. I'm trying to earn Bitcoin right now.
Lightning Thrashes. Breaking the chains of music tyranny with Bitcoin and value for value.
I count to 10 episodes.
Time to freak out! The Sidestream Music Podcast.
Man, talk about a freak show.
Sidestream.
Hey kids, it's me! What the hell, did you expect someone else? I run this thing. Kinda, sorta. Hey, we're back with episode number 10. Can you believe it? I stuck with this for 10 episodes so far. Thanks to you kids, you make it so fun. Today, we're gonna be playing some really bitchin' tunes. We are keeping it punk rock today. I mean, there's all kinds of punk rock, right? I mean, there's punk rock, and then there's like post-punk, and then post-punk hardcore, and there's pop punk, and there's acoustic punk, and there's all kinds of punk. I'm promising you. And today, punk rock roots, we're gonna celebrate them. Forearm shiver. Aww.
Cold coffee and cigarettes, roll for tobacco, found in the ashtray.
Every single one of the bands that I'm playing here today, and we're about to move into Northern Territory. I'm talking about the Great White North. It's the best I can muster up. All right, let's go with this one from Cold Blue Sky. This is called Indifference Machine. You are tuned in to the Sidestream Music Podcast. Boost, boost, boost!
clearance machine boost, if you would, please. Rubber Factory Records alum, Cold Blue Sky. And listen, some of those dudes from Cold Blue Sky have got something else going on. I may have some inside information for you at a later time. In the very near future, I do believe. Yeah. That's what I love about this community. I've got all kinds of punk rockers holding my hand through this thing as I learn more about, Bitcoin and sats and what boosting is all about. And for friends of mine that have absolutely no idea about podcasting 2.0, podcasting 2.0, tomato, or value for value, they're listening to my shows and they're going, hey, what's this boosting thing all about? I want to be able to boost. Well, get on board. Get yourself a Lightning wallet, like getalby.com, I think is what it is. Get yourself a little bit of Bitcoin if you've ever wanted to dabble in it. This is a good way to do it, and it's fun. And we keep circulating it here in the community. It's very cool the way that this all works. Oh, and I'm still learning. Episode number 10, we are. Okay, let's move on, shall we? Oh, I'm already in love with this. I played it on a previous episode of the Sidestream Music Podcast. REPELLER. They are tied to Rubber Factory Records. What's up, John? It's called Head Cave.
Wash it down. Watch yourself hit the ground.
Whom we played earlier in the show? I don't know. Could be. Maybe you'll do some digging and do some research, huh? Connect some dots somewhere. Possibly. How about some more punk-tinged rock from up north? It's Dogs.
We are the executioners. We take no goddamn prisoners. Hey-ya! 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 The Sidestream Music Podcast. Sidestream.
More punk rock for you. Some pop punk, I'd say. Head Up. This reminds me of those, 90s epitaph bands.
Line up your brain cells, systematically executioner style. Start taking them down. I'm taking them down. Stand out to 4 a.m. tonight. Gonna empty every bottle in sight. Start breaking them down. I'm breaking them down. All in all, I'll just let my body go to intoxication till every cell is wasted. Lights come on, it's time to go. Spill on the streets or down below. With our last breath we say, we'll drink what's hitting harder. Sun comes up in a cloud of smoke. One last drink, it's time to go. Cloud of smoke. One last drink, it's time to go. Let's go.
Yeah! Het Up. Time to go on the Sidestream Music Podcast. Boost 'em, boost 'em, boost 'em. Are we playing some bitchin' stuff here today or what? Because I liked it. I thought it was cool. I thought I would play it for some people to see if they think that it was cool.
Do you remember that's kind of how it happened when you were growing up and you would go to your friends' houses and they would play stuff for you and go, you think this is cool? Next thing you know, you're at the damn Kmart buying a cassette. That's right. Don't tell me that you didn't do some cassette shopping at Kmart. Shall we continue with some more music on the Sidestream Music Podcast? Rubber Factory Records, we mentioned them before. Somehow they roped Chuck Reagan and Hot Water Music to jump on that Leatherface tribute. Well, I don't think that would be too hard to jump on a Leatherface tribute. You just go, hey, you want to get on Leatherface tribute? And they say, this is what you get right here. Hot Water Music. Covering some Leatherface on that Rubber Factory Records tribute.
That's a little bit of springtime in the back of my mind. Numbers when there was time. But we danced and we laughed. Spent some time drinking wine. Everywhere in there was a little time. Without a fight, without a doubt. Every cloud is silver light. And it's warm. Don't know what they stole.
Hot Water Music on a Value for Value enabled podcast. What? I really feel like, and I could be wrong, but I feel like I was the first person to play Chuck Reagan and Hot Water Music on a Value for Value enabled podcast from the Leatherface tribute on Rubber Factory Records, Springtime. Boost it if you would, please. I find the significance in having Hot Water Music played on a Value for Value podcast. And I'm leaving this space right now so that you can continue to boost Hot Water Music. If you do, you don't know what kind of a difference that you may make. If we can get Chuck Reagan's attention, I think that, we can wedge our way into some other place. We can pry our way into some other places. Well, I'll be damned. We have just one more song to go here. Again, if you are a band or artist and you have some music that you own your own publishing, get it uploaded. RSSblue.com, Wavlake.com. By the way, the Wavlake guys, they're doing their own podcast. It's called Waveform. And rumor floating around that I've been invited to be on a future podcast with the Wavlake guys. Yeah! Waveform is their... From the album Something About My 20s, that's always been the difference between us, Dan, on the Sidestream Music Podcast. Thank you for joining us for episode number 14. Are you listening via a modern podcast app? Value for Value enabled, I hope, as this podcast is. Here's one from Rubber Factory Records crew. This dates back to about 2007. HIJACK Delta from Robot Suits.
I wish you weren't involved. I'll be throwing more than stones. Only then will we be free.
Boys Home on the Sidestream Music Podcast. That is called Dead at 22, featured on their EP, Mary, Your Son Has Left Me. We're going to keep it moving. I love the North, the Great White North, that is.
Let's danger in the contact of our rising amusement, so we're glad that it's such us. How did we ever get tangled up
message. Another forthcoming subliminal message.
What did you kids think about that? Cold blue sky holding shadows. Now, I would like to say hello to all of our punk rock friends up north, Rubber Factory Records, John and the crew. I love what he is doing for these artists. We're getting some new old stock, if that makes any sense to you. I'm getting to hear some old stuff for the first time, so it's new to me. You see what I'm saying? New old stock. Yeah. And I love it, man. And that's the beauty of this whole thing here in the Value for Value community with Value for Value music and all of these Value for Value music podcasts that are going up. I think that we're setting at 20, maybe 20 plus at this point. So cool. All of these podcasts, they have their own flair, their own vibe. Go and check them out. My friends over at Phantom Power Media, check them out. Also, Salty Crayon over at UpBEATs. And then for you kids who really like the metal, I'm talking about the hard stuff. Now, I'm giving you fair warning. Sir Libre over at Lightning Thrashes, he's got the goods. He does. If you don't have your crash helmet on, you will probably get a concussion. You may get sick and puke. I'm just warning you. You know how it is. But go and check out any of those shows. And of course, the innovator, the Podfather himself, he has a show called Boostagram Ball. All these drip-fed internet blues on the Sidestream Music Podcast. Again, a salute to our friends up in the Great White North. Here's another one connected with Rubber Factory Records. They're called Pile High. Summer ends. By the way, as this song is playing, you can boost. That's right, hit that boost. Or the Boostagram button, send them a message along with that boost. Pile High, Summer Ends, on Sidestream. Boost! Walking on late December, I can't help but wonder.
You're listening to Lightning Thrashes with Sir Libre.
In the morning.
Close your eyes, try and keep shit together. So comes the bright side, this can't last forever. What we all need is to get away from this place. The end will plan for your skin.
Oh, that was Crooked Hook with the song Ends Meet. Before that, we had Rusty Gate and No Time to Borrow. And we started off that little group there with The Truth Beyond and their song Descent. This show is Bitcoin enabled. I'm not sure if you know that, but you should know that. It's awesome what you can do. If you have a modern podcast app, you can actually send Bitcoin directly to the artists from your phone, from your app, directly from you to the artist. I take a small 10% cut. 90% of everything that I receive goes to, 90% of everything that you send goes directly to the artist, from your wallet to the artist. It's amazing wallet switching technology that we've developed with this podcasting 2.0 thing. So please get yourself a modern podcast app. Go to modernpodcastapps.com and download an app such as Podverse. That's my favorite one right now, Podverse, because it's open source and it's free and it's sovereign and it's wonderful and it's great. And it's the new beta version has this really badass music system in it, and you can also create your own playlists and you can share playlists, much like how you can do with Spotify, and it's just pretty badass. So get yourself a modern podcast app and send these guys, these independent artists that I'm playing, send them some money. All right? That would be awesome. I think everyone would appreciate that, especially the artists. I get my little tiny cut, and I like that too. All right, so now here we have a band called Local Zero, and here's a song called I Don't Share.
Join the revolution. New podcastapps.com.
Release the value!
Oh, I'm just banging my head against a wall. Well, fighting people solve anything at all. People are stupid, yeah, I agree with you. There's so many others, but hey, what can you do? Line them up, cut them down, they'll be back around. Use the fist, watch the disease go merrily on. Oh, I'd love to be on the front lines with you, but I've always got one goddamn friend on the other side. Oh, I'd like to help crush the enemy with you, but I can't tell who's black and who's white. There's an angry mob who enforce what they think is right. They'll soon find an enemy they'll have to fight. And both sides believe that to win they must be strong. Will they ever consider all these rights to make a wrong? I think I'll wait to join you till you prove your worth. Ideology to hypocrisy could be given birth. And I'd like to sweep all the evils away, but I don't suppose there'd be anybody left. Oh, I wish that I could see as clearly as you, then I know whose head should be kicking. Oh, you know a way and you want to get us there, but the tactics you expose maybe think I should beware. When you pick up bombs, I'll be cautious and I'll tell you why. In this fight for freedom, our freedom could die. And you're right, there is no gray, the line's so clear to see. You're not with us, then you're with them, but where does that leave me? Now you've tasted power, and power corrupts. Whether you stay pure, we'll just have to wait and see. And your fantasy of fighting in the streets shows an enemy, not peace, but do what you crave.
When a good song comes along, you must boost it.
But this one goes to 11. It's one louder.
The Sidestream Music Podcast. Sidestream.
Well, hey kids, guess what? It's me again. Woo! We are here for episode number 11. boys home from Wishbone. It's called Past is Pain on the Sidestream Music Podcast. Thank you for joining us for episode number 11. Would you kindly boost these artists that we are playing? We've not played some of these tracks. As such, this one from Rubber Factory Records artist Pile High. I've heard this played on some of my fellow podcasters' podcast. Hey, what's up? Thanks for suggesting this. Check it out. Summer Ends. Pile High on Sidestream.
Yes, you! Listening to episode number 12! Come out with your volume all the way up!
The Sidestream Music Podcast. Sidestream.
Hey kids, it's me! We're here for episode number, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Just one shy of a baker's dozen. Yeah. Episode 12 of the Sidestream Music Podcast, another Value for Value enabled podcast. We'll kick it off with these guys, captains of moderation from false starts, looking up at the sky. Captains of moderation from false starts, that is called Looking Up at the Sky on the Sidestream Music Podcast. Where are my Canadians at? Damn. Still started off at a higher register. And then I should have. Gotta get a little practice in on that. Sorry, Canadians. I love you. Oh, Canadian! Rubber Factory Records. I love what these kids are doing over there. John and the crew doing their parts to be advocates for the independent musician. And they love the punk rock over there. Yeah. I love them. Boost them. Boosting is love. Here's an oldie but a goodie. Repeller, Head Cave.
Wash it down. Watch yourself hit the ground. Take it off. Don't let it be your cause. I know your pain. I'm born today.
Rubber Factory Records artist Repeller, Head Cave on the Sidestream Music Podcast. I love what John and the crew are doing over there. He's listen, John is getting these bands, some of their back catalogs uploaded, and then they're seeing sets stack up, you see? And then we may see some of these bands upload some more of their stuff on their own. And we may see some rejuvenation. You know what I mean? Some of these bands have gone dormant for a while. But now, here in this little Value for Value community, we're making a difference. And artists are starting to see that in the form of Satoshis stacking up on their plates. The more sats that stack up on their plates, of course, that can translate into, the good stuff that they can use tonight to go buy some gas or maybe renew that Disney Plus subscription. I don't know. I don't know what your jam is. Maybe you need some smokes. I don't know. I'm not promoting that, but maybe that, and they can do that because it's a handshake between you, the consumer, the fan, the listener, and the artist. Here's another band that I am onboarding. They are from Lawrence, Kansas. Rock Chalk Jayhawk. If you know, you know. They're called Forearm Shiver. Joel, Logan, and Ryan, here they are. That's always been the difference between us, Dan. Hope that you kids are having a great week thus far. Episode 15 for us. We're feeling pretty good about it. HIJACK Delta. It's called Dead Giveaway. Rubber Factory Records alum on the Sidestream Music Podcast. In 2023, I believe it was July 28th. Am I right? That all of it went down Boostagram ball with Adam Curry, and we, and I mean collectively, that us here in the Valueverse could start playing music on podcast, and artists would be compensated. Not only would they be compensated, they would be instantly compensated. That's right. An artist, if you are listening out there and you do not have your music uploaded to a platform such as Wavlake or rssblue.com or lnbeats.com, go and get your music uploaded, get it into the podcast index, get yourself a Lightning wallet, and then watch the sats start to stack up. All of these artists that we're playing here in the podcast have been seeing instant gratification from you kids. And that brings me to this portion of the show. Okay, now we're ending the show. Getting my ending music here. So that brings me to this portion of the show. There are some of you that listen and boost these artists every week. And to you, hats off and salute. Guy Smiley, man, he shows up every damn week. Guy Smiley, hats off to you. Thank you, man, for boosting these artists and for boosting moi. I appreciate that.
It's the Sidestream Music Podcast. And now here's your host, Cody Christopher.
Hey kids, it's me. I'm back. Oh, did you miss me? Oh, I was gone, but just 1 week. I'm so glad that you're back. That means that you are dedicated. Yes? And that means that you know I have another bitchin' show planned for you. Yes? Thank you for having that confidence in me. I do appreciate it. And I see you listening via your boost. Even when I missed a week, I had some people boosting some older episodes. And if this is your first time, welcome aboard. You're about to have a good time here on the Sidestream Music Podcast. I've got some brand new gems to share with you this hour. I hope that you are listening via a ValueforValue podcasting app. Hope that you'll get those boosting fingers ready. We've got new stuff on the way from Captains of Moderation, the Fireside Band, and Forearm Shiver. Right now it's Cold Blue Sky. Highways on Sidestream. Blue Sky on the Sidestream Music Podcast.
The Sidestream Music Podcast. Sidestream.
Well, here we are. Sweet 16. Thank you. I hope that you are listening via a ValueforValue enabled app such as CurioCaster, Podverse. Fountain is crushing it, man. Woo! Podcast Guru, that's another one. Go grab you one. And boost. These guys deserve it. Pile high. Summer ends. Rubber Factory Records alum Pile High. Summer ends on the Sidestream Music Podcast. I've got one for you, a little different. We're going to play an instrumental for you today. From Boys Home, from Wishbone, this is Web.
Trouble with a capital T that rhymes with D and that stands for dog. Are these dogs gonna get up here, take a shit on the stage? We're gonna have to rub their noses in it and show them what they did? No. These are the dogs. They will destroy you. No more run. No more give up. 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 Hey, yeah.
It's dogs.
Hey, yeah. Hey, yo.
Come on. Hey, yo. It's Dogs on the Sidestream Music Podcast. Y'all having fun or what? I'm having a blast here today. You're having a blast. Boost. It's Mayday on the Sidestream Music Podcast.
She's just a lonely girl. Fuck man, this is a lonely place. And as we pass them by, we could hear them say, it's a devil's day. We'll watch them play. Angels lost in weary eyes. Just a little while longer. Saxophone top belly hurt. On the street lamps and dark corners. Yeah, I say it's a devil's day. It's a devil's day. It's a devil's day. It's a devil's day. We'll watch it play. It's a devil's day.
Mellow out and boost, kids. It's the Fireside Band. Somebody get me some s'mores, damn it. I'm in the mood now. Okay. Change of pace. I like this. Survival guide.
So embarrassing to admit that I still feel sick when I sung.
Nate Jonathan, it can be erased. And we are wrapping up episode number 16 on the Sidestream Music Podcast. Thank you for joining me. Thank all of you for hanging on for another week. I know I was absent. And I've got excuses. Here they are. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. I'm back. Hey, if you don't mind, would you please boost me again? There are those of you that come back week to week, and even when I'm gone, You've gone back and boosted some other episodes. I don't know what. You missed me? Is that what? I promise I won't do that again. Every Wednesday we'll be here. And then, of course, you can go back and listen at your leisure. And while you do go back and listen at your leisure, please boost these artists. That's why I do this thing. I am an advocate for the independent artists. And that's what we have here in the Valueverse. A bunch of independent artists that own their own music, that own their own publishing. Yeah? And so if you're an artist out there and you would like to get your stuff on the Sidestream Music Podcast, maybe you're going, man, I got some stuff that can fly on this podcast. Well, get it to me. First, you got to upload it to some place like rssblue.com or wavlake.com or lnbeats.com. Get it uploaded to one of those spots, and then it'll be available to all of us PJs, podcast jockeys. I'm going to stick with that. I'm a damn PJ. All right, during this section of the show, you can boost me, and it would certainly help me out. It is quite an undertaking of time and finances to do this. And for all those other podcast jockeys that are doing this and that are getting their splits in there properly for all the artists, you know, it's a little bit of work. It's a lot of work, actually. But I love doing this. It's such a breath of fresh air, and it's cool to see you kids coming back and boosting again. Thanks to Guy Smiley. Thanks to Joel W. Thanks to SC. Junebug, JDM, Oscar Mary, Signal Master Tim. I love all you kids. Will you come back and join us next week for the Sidestream Music Podcast? I'd be grateful.
The Sidestream Music Podcast. Sidestream.